Hey guys, I want you to take a chill and relax because I'm about to expose you to something very, very important, and that is exposing some gimmicks or tricks around sex during childbirth or after childbirth. This is an integral part of a marriage that tends to either break some homes at the early stage or make some men go totally, let me say, irritated with sex, and make some women never wanting to go back to sex because they don't understand what this actually entails. So just sit back as you just listen to one or two things I'm going to share with you. Good. All right. So let me talk first with the man. I want every man out there to understand that what you're going to get after after the birth of your child is not the usual. What you're going to get is not the usual, but it will still go back to being normal. But for that period where your wife rather, just gave birth, you need what is called the patience factor. You need a lot of patience. You need a lot of understanding with your woman to understand what is going on at that time, because there are a lot of hormonal changes going on the inside of her, and there are a lot of things that she's trying to bear at the moment, especially for new couples. I'm not talking about those that maybe they've had one or two or three kids. If you are just new, just married, and you're just having a child and you are beginning to sense some changes, you need to understand what is actually going on. All right, there is a lot, and I'm not sure I could capture everything within this minute or two video, but the little I can, I will try my best. So like I said, I'm not sure if we will be able to capture everything within the 1 or 2 minute video, but I'm going to try my best to see what I can do. So I was talking to the men that they should understand with their wives that the body is not the same. The body has just gone through a lot of let me say workout exercises if there's something like that. So there's a lot of hormonal changes going on in the body right now. There's a lot of pain. Some women even have stitches that they are bearing and wanting to heal. So you can see that for them, some women might have to wait for like 1 to 3 good months before their interest in sex would return. They might have to wait for like 1 to 3 months before their interest in sex would return. So men, put that factor in your head that she might have to wait 1 to 3 months before her interest for sex returns. So don't be in a rush. You don't want to rush her. You don't want her to just tell you, I'm not interested, let me be, my body is not wanting this. You don't want that. So the first thing is you need to understand with her that okay, she might be going through a lot of things. Then two, for another thing is there should be an open communication between the husband and the wife. You must be able to communicate the exact way you're feeling. You must be able to tell your partner, this is how I feel. I feel dry. Because when breastfeeding, at times there is dryness in the vagina. There is dryness, and in fact you'll be shocked that when breastfeeding, at times you will see that you are breastfeeding and there is milk coming out of the vagina area while trying to make love. So we advise women that before they will even make love to their husband, they should try to give breast. So we advise them to try to breastfeed their children before they go for sex, in order to avoid milk coming out of the vagina area while having sex. And another thing that we might want to know, a factor you might want to know, is the fact that there's going to be changes in the kind of sex you're going to have. There's going to be changes in the kind of sex you're going to have, and the type, the kind and how you're going to have the sex. It's not going to be the same. If before you do any type of sex that you like with your partner, but this time around there's going to be changes. There's going to be changes because there will be some things you might need to adjust to. There will be some body structure. There will be a kind of frame that you put the body into before you will be able to make a successful lovemaking with your wife. And you should also understand that even this interest for sex we're talking about, I mentioned 1 to 3 months. For some women, it might take longer. Yes, longer. Some might go a year and they're still not interested in sex. So unless our doctors advised that stay away from sex, unless our body, we should go for sex whenever our body feels like going for sex, because some women, even while breastfeeding, they are being aroused sensually to do that. Some women do that. So however, if you are not advised by your doctors to stay away from sex, you should know that yes, once your body feels like having the sex, then you can have the sex. And you should make sure that you talk to your partner. I have them written down, so I'm trying to go through them so I won't miss out on any points that you should understand. Another thing you need to know is that during this process of child breastfeeding, all mothers should know that their interest for sex will definitely return. It will still return. It's just a matter of time. You are going to heal. There's going to be an emotional healing, there's going to be a physical healing, mental healing has to take place. And then you see that some women, they are mentally disrupted because of the changes in their body. Yes, some of us, like people, like for example, let me take myself as an example, that I love my outward appearance, like the way I appear to people. And my husband is one type of a man that loves that part with me. Now, even if you're talking about you being presentable, my husband loves that. So I do my best to make sure that okay, I'm well shaped. Now imagine that I have given birth to my children, and before you know it, I'm too fatty, I'm like too obese. I mean, you will feel less aroused sexually. So we have some women that go through kind of those mental stress once their body starts changing, and all these type of things also will make them detest or not want to go into the sex area. Don't worry, you will heal. And for those ones expressing that kind of a body changes, you need a lot of exercises. In fact, there's one I'm supposed to mention. Even while having sex during those periods, the muscles of the vagina might have been elapsed. Like, you understand? They might have stretched out. The muscles might have stretched out. And you need a lot of pelvic floor exercises to keep it back in shape. So I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot of talk on this topic, and I cannot conserve them within 1 minute. I'm sure I can't conserve, but I'll just